So we are talking about deep freezers. The deep freezers are present in the district level and in large PHCs. So they are present in the districts and large PHCs. What is the temperature? The temperature of this deep freezers is between -15 to -25 degrees centigrade. Then, in case of power failures, then it can maintain the cabinet temperature for 18 to 22 hours. Means if there is power failure, if load shedding, it can maintain for 18 to 22 hours. It is present in districts and large PHCs. It maintains the temperature of -15 to -25 degrees centigrade. If load shedding is present, it can maintain this cool environment for the vaccines for 18 to 22 hours. Okay, and if they are present in the PHC level, see, I have written that they are present in large PHCs. If they are present in the PHC level, then they are used for the preparation of ice packs to make ice packs, not store UIP vaccine. This line basically says that deep freezers are present in the districts and in large PHCs. Each deep freezer has got -15 to -25 degree temperature. If load shedding is present, deep freezers can maintain the temperature for 18 to 22 hours. And if they are present, if these deep freezers are normally present, they are normally present in districts. But if they are present in large PHCs, then they are used to make ice packs and not store UIP vaccines. Universal Immunization Program vaccines, they are generally used, if they are present in the PHCs, they are generally used to produce ice packs. Next, at this next level, there are ILRs, ice line refrigerators, which is a very important topic. I'll deal at last. Next is cold boxes. What are cold boxes? Cold boxes are used to carry the vaccines to the peripheral center, used for transportation. Before the vaccines are placed in the cold boxes, fully frozen ice packs are kept at the bottom and at the sides. Means, suppose this is a cold box, then first of all it is used for transportation. Cold boxes are used for transportation. Okay, so suppose this is a cold box. Then before you place a vaccine inside, you will have to place some ice this side, this side, this side. Means on all sides ice will be lined, and then the vaccine will be kept inside. It has to be surrounded by ice on all sides, then vaccines will be kept inside. So that is cold boxes. And as you know, what will happen if you place the T-series vaccines in contact with the walls of the cold boxes? Just I had shown, the cold box will be lined by ice on all sides. So if you keep the T-series vaccine here, what will happen? It will come in contact with the ice and it will get destroyed. So T-series vaccine should be kept separately on some other vaccines. So because the T-series vaccine cannot come in contact with ice, so it should be kept on some other vaccines. Next is vaccine carrier. Carriers are basically used to carry small quantities of vaccines, say 16 to 20 vials. Okay, two far off places. And how many ice packs are required? 4 ice packs are required. Means each vaccine carrier can carry 16 to 20 vaccine vials, and it can store 4 ice packs. Next are day carriers. What are day carriers? Day carriers are used to carry even more smaller quantities of vaccines. Means they can carry 6 to 8 vials and 2 ice packs. They carry 6 to 8 vials and 2 ice packs. So those are day carriers. Now, how will you prepare ice packs? Ice packs are prepared with water. Will you add salt? In Begg Red, no salt, plain water. Okay. Now another point is that maximum risk of cold storage failure, where it will be maximum risk of cold chain failure in where is the maximum risk of cold chain failure? The answer is subcenter. Obviously, more periphery you go, more the risk. So maximum risk of cold chain failure is in the subcenter level and in the village level. Next, I'll talk about ILRs. What are ILRs? ILRs are basically ice-lined refrigerators which are present in the PHCs. So ILR are basically ice-lined refrigerators present in PHCs. Okay. Now what is the temperature they are stored? +2 to +8 degrees centigrade. This is the common temperature for all vaccines. It is +2 to +8 degrees centigrade. At PHC levels, it is used to store UIP vaccines. It is used to store UIP vaccines. Okay. It can. How many hours of electricity are required to maintain vaccines? Only 8 hours. If the electricity is present, then ILRs can function. Means ILRs are built in such a way that even if means 24 minus 8, that is 16. If 16 hours of load shedding is there, even if 16 hours of load shedding is there, even if there is 16 hours of load shedding, the ILRs can maintain the vaccines. So they can maintain vaccines if continuous 8 hours of electricity is present. Okay. Next, most ILRs are top opening. They open from the top, means like this is there and this is the door. Okay. So most ILRs are top opening like this, and the ILRs will have a dial thermometer on the top. Means suppose this is the ILR, this is the top opening. It will have a dial thermometer here. What is this? A dial thermometer. What you will do with this? You will measure the temperature twice a day. Twice, huh? And you will record it. Next, what are the do's and don'ts regarding ILRs? First is, it should be kept away from direct sunlight. So, first point, no sun. First, it should be kept away from direct sunlight. It should be kept 10 centimeter away from wall. Means, suppose this is the wall, this is the wall, then ILR should be kept at least 10 centimeters from all walls. Okay. Next, there should be space between vaccines. Means, if this is one vaccine, this is one vaccine, there should be gap between them, to allow the passage of air. Now, how are the vaccines kept basically? Suppose this is one, on top this is one. Then again they keep one this, then they keep another one this. So what is happening? They are allowing passage of air through these places. Next, space should be present between the vaccines and the equipment should be locked. Means it should not be such that people open the ILR at the drop of a hat. It should be locked, and every time the ILR is opened, there should be it should be recorded down in the register. Next, what are the don'ts? The don'ts are: don't keep any object other than vaccines here. Okay. No other drug, no drinking water. No other thing inside. You will not keep any water bottle, you will not keep any other drug, or you will not keep anything other than vaccines inside the ILR. So these are the basic rules regarding ILR. So now I come to the end of the topic of vaccines. Thank you.